Today we're going to be installing BC Racing coilovers on the 3-rotor RX-7. Now this is something I'm really excited about because this is a huge step towards putting grip into that car, and grip is what that car desperately needs right now. So these are their DS series coilovers for the 85 to 91 RX-7 FC. We got adjustable camber up top in the front. We're running 8K in the front, 6K in the rear. Nick is going to bring 3-rotor car over. It's in the other shop, I can hear it. You didn't hear that car literally from the other side of the entire compound. He's been going through the car the past week, making sure we are getting her dialed. And we have a few other 3-rotor updates I can show you as well. You want an exhaust?
Sorry, what?
You want to make an exhaust soon?
Oh yeah.
We're working on it. We're ordering the parts to make an exhaust very soon. You know, every time you move this car the past week, I could hear you like at the house.
You can hear me at any point on the compound, that's for sure.
All the neighbors love us. Trying to get all these little details sorted out. We don't have the stuff to plumb the nitrous just yet, but you got our new fuel filler neck in, which looks so much nicer now and more legit. And added bonus, we can see where the fuel level is at.
There goes the alarm.
Rotary things.
Every time.
Too smoky! Hold up, we gotta throw this out. Okay, crisis averted. But Nick mentioned too that we can use this to just see where our fuel is at, because I was freaking out when I realized with this current setup, we can't put a fuel level sensor in our fuel cell.
Yeah, which makes it kind of difficult. I mean, we'll be able to tell when it's full, but after that, we won't be able to really tell. But this car, we'll just have to keep topping it off, because just to be safe.
Every lap, just come in, every 2 laps, maybe 2 to 3. It's small, and I just get paranoid because this car guzzles E85. Like, we have a 5-gallon brushless pump in there. It's already rotary, so it's consuming like 30% more fuel, and on E85 and 3-rotor. So I was just always paranoid, but at least now we can kind of see where our fuel is ended up and see where that's at and just keep it topped off. So this is looking nice too. Look at this. So official. So legit. Way better than before. Yeah. If I can put it back on. We haven't been working on this car too much, mostly waiting for suspension and the sad news. Front sway bar. This happened to me at the LZ Invitational. I brought a sway bar to like throw on when I got to the track. We get under the car and the sway bar hits the oil pan.
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad. So there's no room to fit this one. So Nick is gonna have to try and figure out a fully custom setup, which is what this entire car is at this point.
The front subframe is the only piece that's left.
Front subframe, that's it. So she just wants to continue to be a high maintenance girl, and now in order to get a front sway bar on here, we're gonna have to make it a completely custom one. And he said it's even trickier to find one from other cars as it's really wide, right?
Yeah, the frame rails for some reason on this chassis are super wide compared to S chassis, E36, 350Z, even JZX chassis are about the same width as this. Yeah. Which is a huge car.
And we found one company that has a really awesome like weld together, build yourself sway bar kit, but they won't answer their phone. So if any of you guys know Horton's Welder Series in Canada, let us know if they're legit and I'll just place the order. But with part shortages and shipping being delayed, I usually always try and like get somebody on the phone first. If we can order that, then we can put together a solution for this car, or if you guys have any other suggestions, let us know. But today we're gonna start on suspension because we need to add as much grip into this girl as we can, especially since we can't put our front sway bar on right now, or at least not easily. And I think, what did I say at the track we were making for boost?
Like 6 pounds, 5 pounds?
It's nothing. We should be making, I think our last tune was what, like 15.
Yeah.
15 to 17 is where we left the car, and I'm making 6. Like, I just can't put grip down. I feel like I'm ice skating, and a big part of that too is that the suspension that's on this car is set up for an FC with a mostly stocked 13B. So the current suspension was just never meant to handle this much power and just what the car is completely transformed into over the past few years. Suspension should hopefully make a big difference, and I can test it out at the compound. Keep going. That's good. The front looks fine, maybe.
Lower?
Yeah, it looks a little lower, but we already have to clip this off.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's been hitting the bumper and it's been annoying, so we're gonna chop a lot of that off anyway. The front might be good to go. I hope so. I like it a little bit lower. And the rear, we're not gonna be able to tell until we put the ramps under it. Do you wanna try and just put the ramps under it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, wait. Nah, we monster trucking.
Yeah, it's a little high.
That's a little high. She says as she fits her entire arm under there. Okay, we'll lower the rear. It was, to be fair, it was a bit high on the other ones.
The reason why we did that too is because we don't have a whole lot of camber and toe adjustment.
Yeah.
So
if
we
yeah.
lower it more, it's gonna gain more camber and toe.
True, because it was wearing bad.
You might want to leave it kind of where it's at.
Oh, come on, Nick, really?
Trust me.
Arm fitment!
I'm against it.
We're gonna do arm fitment on the 3-rotor. All right, love it.
I mean, we can lower it and see where we're at.
Okay, let's just lower it like a tiny bit, just to make us feel better. Is this side bad too?
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Same? Ooh, this one's a little worse. This one's like, I can fit like my... Oh, my entire like being under here. Okay, we'll lower it a little bit. The anticipation. Bro, it didn't move.
It does.
But like when it sat, okay, that's better. Yeah, it's a little harder to fit my entire arm. Oh look, no, I can't fit my entire arm in, so it's better.
All right.
Let's see the other side. Oh yeah, wow. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, it's
The over fender definitely is like going up. Okay, so this time I can only fit my arm under this side, not my whole like being.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I can barely fit my arm. So that is an improvement. What do you think? Do you want to test it and just see how it feels? Just as right now we can't adjust toe without re-looking at everything under there in that rod. So I think last time we couldn't make it work with our diff setup, right?
Yeah, there's some issue like that.
Something like that. So because we can't adjust that underneath the car, like raising and lowering it is kind of what can help us. Long term, I'm actually gonna be getting custom BC Racing coilovers made, more like FD spec stuff with lawn travel that Adam has on his S15, or he had last year. This is sort of our baseline, and we're gonna end up putting Chelsea in the car to help me with final setup for this car. I think maybe we'll just keep the height how it is now. I'll test it around the compound and we'll go from there. All right, we're remembering the situation now. We actually are just maxed out on camber because of how custom everything is back here with the diff, right?
Yeah. So with the way the diff is mounted, we're basically only able to adjust camber through like these stock position arms. These aren't stock, but they're basically already maxed out. and we can't adjust any more negative camber out of it. So that's why we have essentially run the car higher. We'll have less negative camber versus when it's lowered.
Yeah, and we were looking into it because the tire wear, which is not the best, so we're like, okay, we'll get all these parts to put on the car, and then we realized that we'd have to have spacers where the
Basically,
subframe spacers and diff
yeah.
spacers
Yeah.
to make everything work with this camber adjustment kit that we had to raise everything up. But we can't use it because of this diff situation, which is something that's on the list to hopefully like re-engineer completely. It was just piecing together a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not the best. Almost every single FC owner that drifts that I've talked to knows this exact pain and struggle. I'm telling everybody, Bell Racing might be getting onto some sort of solution for here. Jason from Fun Haver, who drifts an FC as well, every time I see him, he keeps saying that he's gonna re-engineer the back end of the FC, and I'm waiting. I am customer number one. So we keep kind of finding little issues because of just how this setup is, and hopefully eventually we'll get this sorted.
This is quite a big limiting factor to the getting grip into the car and stuff like that, is being able to adjust this stuff properly so you can actually gain some mechanical grip, but
yeah,
we're kind of limited.
That's why I'm really, really hoping we can get to a much better spot between suspension and then having to make a custom front sway bar, which now, actually, can we show them how bad it was hitting? This was such a buzzkill at the track, and I just thought I was gonna throw the sway bar on and be just fine, but no.
So the sway bar mounts at these 2 points here, which is pretty far forward. And of course, right where you want it is right where that oil pan is there.
Yep.
So that unfortunately is not going to work.
And what's the width? You measured it for what we need. So if anyone else knows of like a universal kit or one that might work.
So between the frame rails, this is about 36 inches wide from frame rail to frame rail. So we need about a 38 inch or so sway bar width. To then put arms onto it and connect to the lower control arms.
If you guys know of one, let us know. We need grip.
Please.
Help. It's not hitting, but I think it hits when it comes.
I think we mainly just need to trim this part here.
Okay.
You can see it's been rubbing there.
Yeah.
I think the other side's worse.
Can you turn it more? Yeah, it looks okay. I feel like it's lower though, so I feel like it should be worse. Oh yeah, you can see where it's hitting here.
Yeah, that side's the worst.
Okay, so maybe I'll just cut off a little bit on each side.
Yeah.
So since we're setting height and trying to get the fitment at least a little bit better in the front, I don't think we're gonna have to lower it or raise it anymore, but I at least wanna make it not rub things. So we're just gonna chop some stuff up. We got all the clearance now. Let's see. Hey, no, this side's perfect. Shout out Mr. Gasket getting us sorted with their electric fuel pump. Now I got my own little gas station. It is so cute. Look at that. it's so loud. I cannot wait to have an exhaust on that car so you can actually enjoy and hear the note of the 3-rotor. Right now, it's just pain. It's just pure pain. So Nick is driving the car over towards Adam's shop where we're gonna be driving it. And then I'm gonna grab my helmet and head on over there. Adding a little air to the front. Adam and Ginge are actually here filming something that you guys will find out about later, but they're gonna be driving as well. I'm not driving with them, but we'll be driving at the same time. Wild and so rowdy to really feel that big of a difference here at the compound. It's just so tight, and we still are definitely gonna have to put a lot more grip in this car. But before I could even really feel the whole thing out, we've been struggling with high oil temps with this car since it's been actually running and on track. We like checked sensors. We didn't know what the issue might be, or something was clogged. Basically idling, I was already up into the 200s, but today Nick felt the top and the bottom of the coolers, and what, the top is super hot and the bottom is super cold.
It just burns your hands, then the bottom is like ice cold still. So the oil's not traveling all the way down through the cooler and over, then back up. It's literally just kind of like staying in the top of the cooler and going through it, like not actually going through the cooler like it's supposed to be.
And there's two, but it's not even like...
There's two massive coolers in the front.
Here,
like,
I let you show them.
Yeah. It basically travels in from the top, and instead of traveling down through the cooler and over and back up, it's just staying in the top and going through each side. So this is like ice cold, and up here, all of the hard lines in the coolers are like super hot. You can't even touch them.
Those probably shouldn't have been used in the first place, and as you guys know, this car has had many lifetimes, many journeys, and that was, I mean, at least we know now why the temps are skyrocketing, because before I just was always freaking out thinking it might be something internally, which would suck. But if we can address that, swap it for dual pass. I think we'll need like a big one or just two?
I could modify these ones into a dual pass.
Really?
Yeah, you basically like cut the top and add a plate in the center. And then that'll basically force it to go down in onto the other side. I did it to my radiator.
So we can still keep two?
Yep.
Like two small
Two massive coolers. I mean, those are big coolers. Like, that should be more than enough to actually cool the whole oil system. One
other issue I can foresee getting to be a bigger issue as I drive this car more is the power steering. Nick, I'm sorry. I can already feel it like stuttering, especially when I try and apply more angle. Like it almost feels like it stops a little bit. And I'm not even doing anything crazy right now. Yeah. So I'm a little worried about that. Again, like the car isn't driving 100%, so it's so hard to like not get in your head about all these potential issues. Yeah. But that's one thing that we may have to continue to dial in. Definitely lower on the list than our oil problems. And it wouldn't be a rotary video if you weren't covered in oil by the end of it. So that is it for this video. Shout out and thank you to BC Racing for the coilovers. Like I said, this is my initial setup, and I'll be working with them to create like fully custom, probably long travel coilovers for this car after working with Chelsea Denofa to find the exact perfect setup. And if you guys are looking for coilovers as well, they do everything fully custom, so please reach out to them and they will help you with whatever need that you guys have. That is it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.